We may think we know quite a lot about our world, but when it comes to our oceans, there's still so much that's unknown. Over 80% of the ocean remains unexplored. So what secrets lie beneath the surface of our seas? Welcome to the hidden life of oceans, where we will look at the reality of life beneath the waves. Hey there, welcome to my channel. I sure do love me some ocean facts. Here are some really cool ones for you. The ocean covers 70% of the Earth. That's 3/4 of our planet. The volume of water in the ocean is 318 million cubic miles. That's over 1,000 times the volume of all the water on land. There are nearly 73,000 square miles of ocean in the world. That's enough to cover the entire United States. You can keep all those fun facts for your next family gathering. I bet you'll impress everyone, especially if they have kids who think they already know everything. Now, let's get back to today's topic. The ocean is basically a living planet, one of the largest on Earth. It has its own currents, weather systems, and even produces most of the oxygen we breathe. Let's take a dive in and explore the fascinating world beneath the waves. Coral reefs are often called the cities of the sea. They are home to 1/4 of all marine species on Earth. Clownfish dart between the tentacles of their anemone homes. Tiny crustaceans, called crabs, scuttle sideways across the ocean floor, and a lone seahorse, expertly camouflaged, clings to a piece of coral, These are just a few of the thousands of creatures that make their homes in the warm waters of coral reefs around the globe. Corals themselves are made up of tiny animals called polyps. Each polyp has a mouth surrounded by stinging cells. They use these cells to capture food and defend themselves against predators. As they grow, they create a hard outer skeleton made of calcium carbonate. Over time, these skeletons build up, creating the structure of the coral reef, but they don't work alone. Tiny single-celled plants, called zooxanthellae, live within the tissues of the coral. They use the energy of sunlight to create food for themselves and the coral through a process called photosynthesis. In exchange, the coral provides the algae with a protected environment and the waste products they need to survive. This relationship is a perfect example of symbiosis. Different organisms living together and benefiting from each other's presence. Not only are coral reefs beautiful to look at, they're also extremely important for the health of the ocean and the people who live near them. They protect coastlines from erosion and storm damage, They provide food and jobs for millions of people around the world, But sadly, coral reefs are under threat. Rising water temperatures are causing corals to expel their symbiotic algae, leading to coral bleaching. Pollution and runoff from farms and cities are also damaging reefs, as are warming oceans, which are causing the water to become more acidic. If we don't do something to protect them, coral reefs may disappear within our lifetimes. As we go deeper and deeper into the ocean, the light from the surface becomes dimmer and dimmer. Eventually, it disappears altogether. At this point, strange and wonderful creatures start to appear. The midnight zone begins at 1,000 meters or 3,300 feet below sea level. Sunlight cannot reach this depth, so there is no photosynthesis and very little life. The creatures that do live here have special adaptations that allow them to survive in the darkness. Many of them are bioluminescent, meaning they can produce their own light. This allows them to find food, communicate with each other, and attract mates. Some examples of bioluminescent creatures include the anglerfish, which dangles a glowing lure in front of its mouth to attract prey, and the vampire squid, which can turn its skin transparent to camouflage itself against the light above. In recent years, scientists have made some incredible discoveries in the deep sea. Using submersibles to explore this mysterious zone, they found giant underwater volcanoes, entire ecosystems based around hydrothermal vents, and even evidence of ancient shipwrecks. The deep sea is truly a fascinating place, and we've only just begun to explore it. Further down, we come to the abyssal plain. This is the largest zone of the ocean, and it extends from 2,000 to 6,000 meters. or 6,600 to 20,000 feet below sea level. The pressure here is immense, and the temperature is just a few degrees above freezing. Despite these harsh conditions, life still manages to thrive. Creatures that live in the abyssal plain have adapted to survive in the cold, dark depths. They tend to be slow-moving predators that rely on camouflage to sneak up on their prey. Some of the most well-known creatures that live in the abyssal plain include the giant squid, which can grow up to 13 meters or 43 feet long, and the ninja lantern shark, which can turn its skin almost black to camouflage itself against the darkness above. The deep sea is a dangerous place, but it's also a beautiful one. The creatures that live there are truly unique, and we've only just begun to explore the depths of the ocean. It's down in the dark depths of the ocean. Strange and terrifying creatures prowl. Giant squid with huge eyes and sharp tentacles hunt for prey. Bioluminescent jellyfish pulse with eerie light. And the colossal squid, one of the largest invertebrates on Earth, lurks in the cold, dark water. These are just a few of the many strange and unknown creatures that call the deep ocean home. For many years, these creatures were nothing more than myth and legend. Fishermen would tell stories of enormous beasts that they had seen in the depths of the ocean, but most people didn't believe them. It was until relatively recently that we began to learn more about the deep ocean and the creatures that live there. In 2004, a group of scientists, using a remotely operated vehicle, discovered a new species of deep-sea octopus living near a hydrothermal vent in the Indian Ocean. In 2006, another group of scientists captured the first ever footage of a live giant squid in its natural habitat. And in 2007, a team of researchers using a remotely operated vehicle explored an area of the ocean near Antarctica known as the abyssal plain. They were shocked by what they found. There were giant isopods, which are scavengers that feed on dead animals. There were also deep-sea hatchetfish, which have large eyes and sharp teeth and spend their days swimming in the dark depths before rising to the surface at night to feed. These are just a few of the many strange and unknown creatures that live in the deep ocean. The ocean is home to some of the most amazing creatures on Earth. Whales can travel for thousands of miles each year during their migrations. They communicate with each other using a variety of sounds, including songs that can last for hours. Sharks are some of the ocean's top predators. They have streamlined bodies and sharp teeth that allow them to swim quickly and efficiently through the water. Giant squids have huge eyes and sharp beaks that they use to capture their prey. These are just a few of the many giants that call the ocean home. But the ocean isn't just home to giants. It's also home to a wide variety of other creatures, from tiny plankton to massive whales. Each creature plays an important role in the ocean ecosystem. The ocean is one of the most important ecosystems on Earth. It's home to a wide variety of creatures and provides us with food, energy, and a way to transport goods around the world. But the ocean is under threat. Pollution, overfishing, and climate change are all having a negative impact on the creatures that live there. But there are things that we can do to help protect the ocean and the creatures that live there. We can reduce our use of plastic, support organizations that are working to protect the ocean, and make sure that we rebuying seafood that has been caught or farmed sustainably. The ocean is one of the most amazing places on Earth. It's home to some of the most beautiful and amazing creatures on Earth. It's important that we do everything we can to protect it. The ocean is a life support system for the Earth. It provides us with food, jobs, medicine, and transportation. But the ocean is in trouble. Plastic pollution, oil spills, and overfishing are just a few of the problems that threaten the delicate balance of life in our seas. What can we do to help? First, we need to raise awareness about the problems facing the ocean. We also need to support organizations that are working to protect the ocean and its inhabitants. Finally, we need to make changes in our own lives to reduce our impact on the environment. Every little bit helps. By working together, we can protect the ocean and ensure that it thrives for generations to come. So, what can you do to help protect the ocean? One way is to reduce your use of plastic. Plastic pollution is a major problem in the ocean. It's estimated that there are over 5 trillion pieces of plastic in the ocean, and it's killing many sea creatures every year. You can help by reducing your use of plastic, recycling properly, and participating in beach cleanups. Another thing you can do is support organizations that are working to protect the ocean. There are many different groups doing important work to protect the ocean and its inhabitants. By donating money or volunteering your time, you can help these groups make a bigger impact. Finally, make sure you're buying seafood that's been caught or farmed sustainably. Overfishing is a major problem in the ocean and is leading to the collapse of many fish populations. You can help by choosing seafood that's been caught or farmed in a sustainable way. Look for labels like MSC certified or ASC certified, okay? When you see these labels, you know that the seafood has been caught or farmed in a way that protects the ocean and its inhabitants. The ocean is one of the most important ecosystems on Earth. It's home to a wide variety of creatures and provides us with food, energy, and a way to transport goods around the world. But the ocean is under threat. Pollution, overfishing, and climate change are all having a negative impact on the creatures that live there. But there are things that we can do to help protect the ocean and the creatures that live there. We can reduce our use of plastic, support organizations that are working to protect the ocean, and make sure that we buying seafood that's been caught or farmed sustainably. The ocean is one of the most amazing places on Earth. It's home to some of the most beautiful and amazing creatures on Earth. It's important that we do everything we can to protect it. Protecting the ocean is protecting ourselves. Well, there you have it, folks. Small glimpse into the hidden life of oceans. Remember, every small step counts.